client made me cry yesterday, and that's not the first time that it's happened. The last time that it happened was December of 2024. I work with a very vulnerable population, and most of the time things go decently well. I work really hard to cultivate really strong relationships with my clients so that everything just works so much easier, not just for me, but for them, because we usually are paired up for about 6 months. This particular client has been disrespecting me for the last month, and I just don't know how to put up with it anymore. I have been trying to be so helpful for him, and he just gives no Fs. He was so rude and disrespectful to me yesterday. I feel deeply uncomfortable continuing to work with him. And immediately after my phone call with him, I called my supervisor, and it was an ongoing issue that we were having yesterday anyway. And I had my supervisor involved for like next steps. And then I had that phone call with him. And then I call my supervisor back, and I'm just like, I am maxed out, and I start crying. Like I could not hold it in anymore. Earlier in the day, she had suggested that I go home because I was not feeling well, but I really wanted to just stick the day out because I had already been there for like 6 hours, and it's just, I knew I had one more appointment, and it was a really easy one. So I didn't want to, in my point of view, waste any like sick time when I knew that my afternoon appointment was going to be really easy. But after that phone call with that guy, and I called my supervisor back, she was like, yeah, you do need to go home. We will find coverage for your afternoon appointment. Do not worry about it. I just want you to go home and like not think about any of this. While I was on the phone with my supervisor, the case manager called me to discuss what was going on. So I did explain the story to her, and then I started crying with her too. And she knows that there have been ongoing issues with this man because she has had issues with him as well. So I come home and I put in my case notes. I send out emails to everybody involved with this particular appointment. And then I checked out for the rest of the day. I took a shower, and then I just laid on the couch until it was time to go to bed. This is a great example of why I'm trying to leave my full-time job. In general, it is the best assignment that I have had so far. I have so much flexibility. I get to work from home most of the time. And if I do have to work a job in general for somebody else, I do want a lot of alone time, flexibility, and I want to be able to work remotely. But I also want to be able to determine when I'm going to work with a client and when I'm not going to. And if this were my own business, I would choose to part ways with this person. I want to be in complete control of my schedule and who I work with. And so in the future, if I do take on like trainings, one-on-one calls, anything like that, I really want to have that flexibility where I'm deciding like, the vibes are not right with this person, so I do have to part ways, or the vibes are right and I want to keep working with them. For the whole afternoon yesterday, I just kept thinking about how freeing it would be to not be stuck working with people who make me feel like this. And I also was really embarrassed that someone could affect me so much. I wish I could just operate more with like, okay, well, if that's how they're going to be, like, that's on them. That's no reflection of me. But because I am a people pleaser, I really want to have good relationships with people. Even if we're not best friends, I still want us to be able to get along and work really well together. Like, having that not happen, it just really like, it hits me hard, and it's just difficult for me to walk away without having some type of emotion about it. I do feel like I have a lot of support at this job, so I'm really glad that the case manager and my supervisor were there to like back me up and be supportive. But I am really looking forward to being able to walk away from this job and not depend on any one person for my income.